Howdy, everyone, and welcome back to this week's episode of Fireside Chats. This week, I'm going to be trying something new out. I am going to, instead of doing it in one take, I will be doing this in multiple takes with different subjects, per different take. Now, I'm reading this off my phone right now, but I'm going to try and get this to be a little longer, and you'll see it. It'll be like 6 or 7 minutes longer than the average one. And I want it to have multiple sections, and I'll have timestamps in the description of where to go for the certain topics. So that the schedule that I want to go off of right now is start out with the intro, give like this week's stuff, and then I'm gonna have what I would think would be the most popular thing, the most popular topic, put that in the beginning, and then I'd go to either coffee or salsa, talk about this week's brews or batches of salsa, and then we'll go into a little bit more niche topic, like whether it be a book or an anime or a show or a video game or something like that. Just make it not something that everyone can relate to, but make it listenable to someone who doesn't necessarily invest a lot of time into those things. And then we will go into what I would think would be the second most popular topic. And then we'll go into like a super niche topic. And I'll go hard in that area, just because that's where I feel that would be the most fun for some people. And like, what I'm gonna try and do after that is go into a coffee and salsa, talk about the other one, and then we'll end the video. And so my goal for this series going forward is to have it be almost a buffet of topics that you'll be able to listen to within the Fireside Chat series. So, going off of this schedule that I have, I think that we will start off by talking about a play. It's actually a school play, and me and a buddy went to see it one night, and it was pretty dope. Shout out to Failure, a Love Story. It was it's this play about this family and their almost struggle to find true love, but they're not exactly struggling. It's just that they're finding it. They're just dying whenever they do find it, and it's really interesting because it opens up with telling you that all three of these daughters will die and how they die, and it's kind of a mystery of what the hell everything means. But when it comes together, it's just this amazing work and feature of just like creativeness, and the way that the actors played the parts. It was really something dope to watch. I did like most of it. I didn't like one of the characters just because I felt that like the development was a little weird, and that's the middle daughter, and I just felt that her character arc, if you will, was just, I don't know. I understood how the other characters and their stories played out more than how her story played out, because it was kind of jarring, the transition that she does have. And I guess it works in a way, but you almost have to accept that it works, because without it, the rest of the play won't make sense, without having to accept that part the play works. But other than that, I really had no other gripes with the play. Thought that it was fabulously executed, and they deserve all of the credit that they got for it. Now we will be talking about the coffee topic of the week, and this one is normally seen as a summer coffee, like a summer brew, if you will. But I enjoy it. I enjoy it from time to time. It's a cold brew. So what a cold brew is it's a very coarse ground coffee, and you put it in some sort of filter that will keep it from keep the grounds from leaking out of the bag in a way. So whether it be a cheesecloth, that is a very fine material that is used for making cheese, and it works totally well with cold brew. I have a cold brew maker, which is a liter or a quart a quart sized container, and it comes with its own filter. And I put in the grounds. I do a 1 to 8 ratio of grams to water, and that being 1 gram of coffee for every 8 grams of water. And I fill up that homie, and I put it in the fridge. And this thing brews due to the slow extraction of the very coarse ground coffee, and you get this high intensity coffee concentrate in a way. And I have a nickname for it. It's nature's laxative, and I call it that because you take a sip of it, and about 5 minutes later you gotta take a shit, and it's not a good one either. It's like a holy shit, I might die. But I feel like that's just part of the coffee drinking experience. As you can tell, I'm kind of a big coffee guy, and I'm not opposed. I used to be opposed to espresso drinks because I was raised. It was like, well, if you're not drinking black coffee, then why are you drinking coffee? And I can kind of see it like that. Like, if you're gonna have drip coffee, I prefer it. I prefer black because I drink properly cared for coffee, and I have a good experience drinking it. I get the tasting notes, and I don't need any added sweeteners or softeners. But if you're drinking like Folgers or Maxwell House or one of the name brands like that, I can understand how you would need something to sweeten or soften your coffee. But the coffee that I use, King's Coast, repping you till the day I die, homies. He makes some great coffee, and if you're listening, yo, I love you guys. But this cold brew was made with the Roaster's Choice, which is it's basically like a mystery box of coffee, and every week every 2 weeks they switch it out, so you never get the same roast twice. And this week, or this order that I had, I don't order new coffee every week. I'm not that crazy. But this Roaster's Choice I had it was from Papua New Guinea. It was a medium roast, I believe, and the tasting notes were dried fruit, green tea, and melon. So it was a very light and sour aftertaste, if you will. And I feel like that's just exactly what you look for in a cold brew coffee situation. Something just to give you a little that tastes pretty damn good. But another way that you could do it is you get a real chocolatey sweet roast. Like they have a roast called the Aztec roast, which I'm sure I'll talk about sooner rather than later, and it's graham cracker, cinnamon, and chocolate, I believe, and it's from Mexico, and it is just, it's goddamn heaven in a cup, fellas. I love this shit. But yeah, so cold brew, I like to make, if I'm not drinking it straight, I will make some type of mixture out of it. I'll put a splash of milk, a little bit of salt, some ice, and then I'll put some caramel sauce in it, and that tastes pretty nice. I like it, and I'm a big cold brew guy. So that's where I'm gonna leave the salsa for this week, and I'll see you in a second because I'm about to cut it here. Ha! See what I did with that transition right there? Kinda hated it. Not gonna lie, but we're leaving it in here. Kind of digging this not one take thing because I'm actually able to think about what the hell I want to say. And there's something about that just tickles my heart. And when my heart gets tickling, homie just doesn't stop. So on the schedule right now, we are at the least niche thing. So I don't know what the hell that means. I just put it down there because I had a most niche. So I don't think this one's gonna be niche at all. But I want to talk about clothes. And there was a time when I wore this brand. It was called Into the AM, or it is called Into the AM. And homie is basically Galaxy sweatshirts on the maximum. And everybody around me was telling me that it looked fucking terrible. But good old me said, it looks great. And luckily, I don't wear it anymore. And it didn't look good on me. Now, I'm not bashing on anybody who does wear this. But I'm saying that I should have listened. And looking back on these pictures, it really was a bad time. Like, homie was not looking good in those pictures, but he was still repping the Galaxy sweatshirts. But now I have lots of different sweatshirts that aren't Galaxy. Like I wore a Twitch sweatshirt today. It's got a nice Twitch logo, nice white front, and then the inside of the hoodie has a black color. Yep, that was a good one. And it's super comfortable. I also have a couple North Face ones, American Eagle one, and just some random ones here and there. But I gotta say, sweatshirts, big fan of them. They're good. They're good for casual. They're good for weddings. They're good for funerals. They're just good all around. And I can't recommend them enough. Alright, so after that little impromptu clothes talk, I think that's gonna be a good thing to go off of. But I'm already going off a little off schedule here. Not gonna talk about school. Don't have enough time to talk about school. Don't even know if anybody would be interested in me talking about school. So you guys gotta let me know in the comments whether or not you'd be interested to hear me rant or complain about school. Not really. I don't know. Just let me know. But it's time for the part that I know everybody's been waiting for, the anime time. Okay, so there's this anime. It's called My Hero Academia, and holy shit, dude! I every time I talk about this anime, I literally can't hide a smile from my face. It is just such a good show and has such a good premise. And what it is it's way in the future in some different universe, but it's still like Earth. Society has evolved to the point where everybody, or most people, have these things called quirks. And it's not like the I'm quirky. It's the homie can lift up a car because he's got the super strength quirk. And quirks aren't all like super strength, but some of them are like, yo, I can read really fast, and that's dope. And not everybody gets a quirk either. And that's the story of Izuku Midoriya. And his journey to become the symbol of peace. And he has an idol. His name is All Might. And All Might, he has this quirk called All for One. All for One. And what it is he has super strength. He's basically the Superman of that universe. And its secret is that it can be passed down. And what that does is it goes to Midoriya, and he is now learning how to live with this super powerful quirk without ever having a quirk before, and it just encapsulates the struggles of what it means to want to protect and what it means to want to support an entire society for the first time with no experience. And that's what I really like about this show. And the characters in it, they have so many likable characters. Like, there's this one, it's his rival, his name is Bakugo, and his quirk is that he sweats nitroglycerin, and he can do some goddamn explosion shits, alright? And it's so cool because Bakugo also really admires All Might, and that was Midoriya, and that was what their whole relationship was based off of. And when All Might chooses Midoriya, this upsets Bakugo and only makes him want to get better, but at the cost of what? So there's just that storyline and a lot of the other storylines that are in future seasons. It's groundbreaking stuff, and I really enjoy it. So that's it for the anime portion of it. So here we go on to Salsa. Alright, so now it's the actual thing that I know everyone's been waiting for. Alright, it is time for the Salsa talk. Salsa Saturday this week, it was hard. I attempted to make red salsa. And red salsa is basically my arch nemesis. I hate making red salsa. There's just so many things that just don't turn out right with it, and it sucks. I hate making it. I'd much rather make a salsa verde or something else. Anything, dude. I'd rather make a goddamn salsa with cumin and paprika in it, and a bunch of canned vegetables and nothing fresh. God, I really just don't like making red salsa, and I'll put it up on the screen right now, and fuck, I just can't. It turned out brown, but it's the most red of my red salsa that I've made. It makes no sense. I do all that I can, and it still doesn't turn out right. And it just has the consistency of a slushie. And you can't dip chips into a damn slushie, fellas, alright? I don't know if you know this, but you just can't do it. But the other thing is that before I thought that I just wasn't roasting the tomatoes and everything long enough. And so I roasted it a bunch this time, looking for a better consistency, and I didn't get it. I still didn't get it. I don't know what the fuck is going on. And what I had in it was, I think it was 4 serranos, 3 jalapenos, and a habanero. And I was like, I put that many peppers in a verde once, and it was so fucking hot. But I put that into that salsa, and it's literally, there's no heat at all, and it just boggles my brain on how salsa works. But it makes me want to get so much better at salsa. So this was the salsa rant, and basically, thanks, I hate it, red salsa. Goodbye. And drum roll, please. Hello again. So thanks for listening to the evolved form of the Fireside Chat. I definitely had a lot more fun making it this way. Because just in general, I feel like it's less chaotic and more contained, and I feel like with the timestamps that I will have put in, hopefully, in the description, it's a better watch for everybody involved. So, tell me what you guys thought about the setup of Fireside Chats in the comments. Leave a like if you liked it, and subscribe. And you know what? I haven't said this before. Hit that bell for notifications. And I'll see you on the flip side. Deuces.